Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. On my way to 500 subscribers. We've got another video today that really shows a quick trade. I'm in, I'm out, and I cover some of the signals that you might want to be looking for if you want to do this type of trading too. So like, subscribe, it really helps the channel out. And without further ado, let's get into it. Okay, the market's about to open, and it looks like we are probably headed into a volatile session here. I'm going to go ahead and send this order through and try to get a fill. I think that we're headed downward again, and we'll see. So we're going to ride this out for a little bit. There's my timestamp on this trade. We had a kind of a flat CPI number this morning, and that's why you saw this spike right here. I think it's going to be short-lived, but I could be wrong. I think we've got to let a little bit of steam run out of the market. And I don't think we're going to get that far. Although it looks like it's turning around. The indicator here is still showing. Oh, we just turned to the upside. And I think we might be looking at an up day here. I may have been wrong taking the short side here, but that's part of it. So we have a sharp crossing here headed to the upside. And you need to have the guts to let this thing run a little bit, which is the toughest part about day trading, is letting your trade run when it's running against you. I don't think that a lot has changed in the market considering the tariffs and whatnot, and I think the CPI number was flat. So considering those things, there's not a lot to celebrate still at this point. So we're going to let this run a little bit and see what happens. This is turning out to be a pretty strong green candle to the upside, and I'm going to let it go and see what happens. We are 2 minutes in, and the market has just opened. So now it looks like we're dropping back down to the downside. So all of the buyers who have put in their buy orders early on have all been triggered, and it may have been better for me to wait a little bit to get into the trade until after that was taken care of. But it's just so hard to time these things. And if you look down at the bottom on this MACD, we're still seeing the red crossing the blue line, and this has now turned to a downward momentum signal. So it looks as though this is going to be turning in our favor. So there, we just went red, and sure enough, we are headed downward again, looks like. And we are 3 minutes into the day's trade, and we have just turned profitable on this trade. I don't want to speak too soon. They're pretty flat, but my goal is just to scalp a quick profit and get out of here. So looking at this thing, gonna move my stop loss or my profit up a little bit, somewhere in there. Yeah, let's keep it out of the way for now. See if we can get a little steam to the downside. Here we go. Here we go. We just formed another candle, and that candle closed to the downside. And if you look at the MACD here, we're getting a strong signal to the downside now because the blue line has been crossed by the red line, and the space between the two is growing. And you can see the momentum here on the momentum bars here, our volume are really growing out big, showing movement to the downside. So we just need to be patient and keep this thing in play. And we are moving to the downside. If we can just get another downside candle, I'm gonna move this here and protect our profits that we've gained so far these past couple of weeks. So I just moved the my stop loss down. I really want to protect the gains that we've made so far. And I'm going to move this up to take profits here if we can just get to around 25 bucks. You know what? I'm going to take this off. We'll let this run. We are in a full trade, and the MACD is still showing divergence between the blue and red line. So let's continue this and see if this downturn holds. And it looks like the downturn is holding. So we need to be patient on these things and just let this thing run a little bit. See if we can pick up a nice profit today. We are still headed to the downside in a strong way, according to the MACD here. So we are going to let this run. It's continuing to show downward momentum. Yeah, we've got a strong, big red candle to the downside forming. I'm going to move this down out of the way a little bit more. We don't want to get stopped out of this trade too early when the MACD is showing this type of divergence. I'm not seeing any sign of this momentum slowing down. And we are going to stay in this trade. I think there's a lot of panic selling going on in the market right now. Okay, well, we might have exhausted the downside momentum. If I can get back down to that candle extension there. I will gladly take my profits and move on for the day. Looks like the trading might be slowing down on this a little bit, because we're just not seeing a lot of movement on that candle like we were. But everything's still pointing towards downward momentum. And the sellers are outnumbering the buyers here. It's time to protect our profits a little bit. Although, you know what? We're in a free trade, so I'm going to let this run. And we got stomped out for a $46 profit, and we were in the market for 10 minutes. So that's not bad. Let me mark this line here. And this will allow me to kind of come in later on today. I'm just going to evaluate what happened. But, you know, the downward momentum is still going on here. The trend line is obviously moving very strongly to the downside. The MACD divergence is still building here. And I don't know, I may have gotten out too early on this, but I think it's better to be safe than sorry. We've made 20% now, better than 20% on our portfolio in about, let me see, I want to say 6 trading days. So I think we're doing good things here, and I invite you to follow along, like, subscribe, and share the video. So looks like the market's moving to the upside now, and I'm going to stop this one for today. So that's about it for today. I appreciate you watching. Thanks. Bye-bye. See you on the next one.